Okay, welcome to the Lobo Podcast. I have Vic Pandya. I said it right? Vic Pandya. All right, Vic Pandya. What do we talk about? Well, we talk about a bunch of stuff at the end that we didn't get to. But Justin, do you remember what we talked about? He's Indian.
You talked about him being Indian. You talked about his special on Dry Bar.
Indian, dry bar. Mormons. Yeah.
Mormons.
His what?
His 2020.
His 2020.
Yeah, just being at home.
Being at home, breaking up, and Sean Connery slapping women in the face. Okay, Lobo Dad.
It's a Lobo Dad. Lobo Dad. Lobo Dad. Lobo Dad. It's a Lobo Dad. It's a Lobo Dad. Lobo Dad. Lobo Dad.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Podcast. I'm your host, Your Ideas. We're with Justin, right? Justin here at the. We don't have a name for the studio yet, right?
I'm calling it the Common Glyph Studio.
The Common Boy Studio.
Common Glyph, G-L-I-F-F.
GLIFF, the Common Glyph Studio, and across from me is Vic Pandya, right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Pandya.
God fucking damn it! Sorry.
How long have I known you?
God damn it! I was just watching you. Did they at Dry Bar? Your special? Did
Yeah.
he say it right? Okay, he
They
said it right.
Yeah.
I said it wrong. Pandya, right? Pandya.
Pandya.
God damn it! I'm still saying it wrong.
It's all right.
We have Big Vandy, comedian, Indian, right? He's whoa. What's what you watch? What is that? That is very.
Oh, you like that?
hips.
That's
What
my
is
little-
that?
It's a little.
Can
it's
we
my
see the
little
watch?
Joker watch. You zoom in, get a shot of this.
What is? Can you tell? Is it an actual watch? Can you
It's
tell
an
the
actual
time?
watch. Look at the time. It's in the teeth.
What time is it? I can't tell.
Well, this one I haven't said it yet. I just got it.
You're
I'm a
just-
big watch person. So
You're a big watch person. Oh yeah, before we usually have a sponsor, but I didn't think of one today. Any products that you want to endorse that you like?
endorse.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Jones watches.
Mr.
Let's
Jones.
Let's endorse them. This is a British watch company.
There's a British watch company. I actually was reading about the British. So since some lady just get fired because she said something to a black chick, she was like, "Where you from? Like for real?"
This is in London or something.
I just yeah, it was the
Yeah.
nanny of Prince William, and there was a black lady who was there doing a performance. She's like, "So where are you from?" It's like, "But where are you really from?"
That's
Like
pretty-
she gave one of those, and she got fired. She was like, "I apologize for everything." Anyways, Vic, I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been?
I've been well, man. I know it's been
You're single now, right?
a couple years. Single.
What happened?
Single, dude. I mean, pandemic kind of fucked up the relationship.
You guys
but
were together.
We're
too
together for a
much?
while. No, we weren't
meant
together.
the pandemic.
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff. It kind of exasperated, but we're trying to be cool. We're trying to still be friends. We're in that stage, But it's weird because you've been together for someone for that long. It's like you're just used to being with them in a certain
Did you
capacity.
slept with anybody else yet, or you don't talk about it?
We don't talk about it. Yeah.
You don't want to
Yeah.
know, right?
I don't want to know. I don't think she'd be thrilled if I told her. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's like probably, but I'm like, let's keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
you know?
I don't think it would be as bad as you did it, but because it's man, you're supposed to have sex with pumpkins and stuff.
Pumpkins. Damn, that's.
I was just messaging my friend. I was like, look, a guy who had American Pie. Like it was a joke. He had sex with a pie, right?
Yeah.
But like I fucked the couch before when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
me,
I thought you were gonna be like last week. I've been fucking this couch for quite some time.
No, but I've had sex with a fleshlight. It was a gift from my girlfriend for Christmas last year. So I've had sex with it, man.
Yeah.
And it's like I was trying to explain, like sometimes, at least for me, at certain points in my life, like me having sex with a woman. This sounds horrible. All right. This is on me. Me having sex with a woman or having sex with a couch, that much of a difference. You know what I mean? I'm just putting my penis in something. This wasn't an excuse to be like, hey, it's okay to cheat. I haven't cheated in this relationship. But it was. I was just trying to explain, like, there's no.
This is your confessional, dude. You keep going. You're just admitting to truths.
No. I used to, yeah. So you're single now.
Single.
Are you pumpkins or what are you?
No, I mean
Couches?
no inanimate objects. Luckily,
Never?
I mean, when I was younger, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, pillows, shit like that.
Pillows, yeah.
Pillows. Yeah, I was also late. Like I was a late bloomer.
My
I hit
pillow.
Puberty late.
Right wing pillows.
Yeah, I was just late, so I didn't really.
18. Lost my virginity.
I was like 20
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
because it was definitely.
Oh, you were fat.
I was
a
fat.
fat kid too. I mean,
Yes.
I'm fatter now. You're
Yeah.
slimmer than me. I have a dad bod now. I have a
I'm
job.
happy though because I feel like I wouldn't be a comedian if I wasn't
No.
fat and if I
Never.
wasn't like I didn't have that time as a kid to like do weird shit because I feel like if you just had a normal childhood, like you probably wouldn't. There's no reason to be like, oh, I should be a comedian at some point in your life. You have
Yeah.
to have like gone through some period of trauma in your life. I feel like to
No, I'm
to
like
suddenly arrive at being a
I'm
comedian.
connecting with you because that's the same thing happened to me. If think about it, when we were younger in high school, if we were getting laid, like we wouldn't be creative.
No,
we don't
no.
like, you know what I mean? Be chasing puss as the kids. I don't know if they say that anymore, but I remember when we were younger. We tried to go cow tipping at one point. We're 18, and if we were getting laid, we were gonna go. No man, I don't think men who are getting laid go cow. I could be wrong, depending on where you live, but you don't go cow tipping if you're getting laid.
No, I don't think so. I think you just. I mean, it sounds like a much better life, but now it's fine.
It's
now we're
fun.
comedians.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun not getting laid. Like I never
Yeah.
cried or
this
was
is
unhappy.
too sad, man. Justified. No, it was cool, man. I was doing other shit. I was playing Halo. You know,
I'll say this. Before I started like dating or doing anything like that, I never really cried unless like I hurt myself or physically. Like I was never really sad or anything. And then the first time I was with a woman, I didn't cry the first time we had sex, but the first time I started dating and there was that like, oh wait, what's going on with this? And it's the first time I felt sad and cried, like that type. And I was like,
Emotional.
I was just a happy kid, and sometimes my parents would hit me. Like that was it. It was
Yeah.
no sadness. Nobody died or like.
yeah.
I mean,
well,
sad.
people ask me all the time though. I mean, besides just being fat and just going through like normal kid stuff, I didn't have anything. Like I have great
How
parents.
fat were you?
I was not like huge. Yeah, I mean, check the Instagram. There's definitely some.
Okay.
I use it as promo sometimes. I'll throw an
you
old
fat-
photo
if,
up there.
If you could
yeah.
pull up it, what's your Instagram?
It's just my name, Vic Pandya.
Pick Pandya.
Yeah, it's if you can pull it up and put it up there. But it's funny because people always ask me like, well, you know, I used to have a joke about it. They're like, you have to gone through some like dysfunctional situation or have like a messed up family to be funny.
Yeah.
And then my joke was always like, well, you could also just be talented. You know, that's like you don't need to have undergone some crazy shit to be funny. You could be funny just if you work at it. I think.
Yeah, you can work at being funny.
Yeah.
You can work at anything.
I mean, it's like, yes, there's people who are naturally funny. It's got to go pretty far down.
Come on, dude. I want to see a Indian.
See,
pig.
these are all good picks.
Yeah.
But you got to go far down to get to
these are all
that.
fuckable.
Yeah, these are all.
I might even fuck you in one of these. A few drinks.
I think during the pandemic it got a little crazy.
Come
but
on, I want to see you.
Oh wait, go back up.
Let's see.
This one right here. Look at this one right here.
Oh my god! Look at this. Can
Yeah.
people see? I want to make sure people could see this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's you. You're the Indian me. I gotta find.
I
a
mean,
picture
first of all,
me.
you can tell I hit puberty. Like, there's like no, like my jawline is not developed. Like it's just a smooth, like no facial hair.
You had a good looking mom too.
Yeah.
I have a good looking mom too.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm very lucky, man. I think like under that you can see there was something there. There's potential.
What kind of shirt is that? It looks
I
like
don't
something
know.
from Pac Sun, right? It looks
Yeah.
Pac Sun.
That was big when like that sort of thing, like the beach stuff wasn't popular, you know. Yeah, dude.
Hindus celebrate Christmas.
We
I see the.
yeah we like we're not super.
You had a
religious.
dog, I see, or a child.
Yeah,
I see
we had a
cage.
dog.
Rest in peace,
That
probably
was for
dead,
my
right?
brother. No, that was yeah, man. But it helped. It really helped me get a
Silver
personality.
chain. Now the chain was at a temp to
Chain
try to
is
get?
chain is escalated from silver to gold now. I became full Indian.
Full Indian.
That's the full transformation. You got to go from silver to gold. That's how it works. But
I see wallpaper too in the background.
yeah, that's like my parents
It's
have
back.
lived in
It's
this.
in now.
My parents have
Wallpaper.
lived in the same house for like 20 years, so they've just slowly. It's crazy. Like they used to be. That's all wood floor now. It used to be carpet. Like they've just put money into the house over the years. So it's the same house, but it's just completely different.
How'd you lose the weight? Did it come off?
I joined cross country my freshman year of high school, which really changed
I had
things
a crush
for
on
me.
a girl in cross country.
Really? Yeah. There was like, it just changed my life. Like I just became way more disciplined, and then I also hit like a growth spurt. So it's like combination of running.
How
Growth
tall
spurt.
are you?
I'm like
5'11"?
5'11" and a half.
Yeah.
So I
And
grew
a half.
two.
Yeah,
Well,
all right,
hey,
all right.
I say six,
I-
but this is a truthful podcast, so we're gonna say 5'11" and a half.
I know. I respect that.
But yeah, man, it was cross country. Really, I think for comedy it helped a lot too, because just gaining that discipline. Like when I started doing
What the fuck
comedy,
is this?
that's
What's on your head?
So for Halloween a few years ago, I went as Aladdin Dice Clay as my. Yeah, pretty good.
Hold on, let me pause it.
Yeah.
Do people know? I forgot her fucking name.
Sabine.
Yeah, Sabine.
Yeah, that's Code Switch. That's a web series I was in.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, but getting back to Latin Dice Clay. People don't know the Dice Man. I guess people, You don't have to tell me your age. I'm 38. Are you in my range? Younger?
I'm 31. I can.
Oh, you're okay. Younger. I went to a party dressed up as Dice Clay.
No one knew.
No, but
Yeah,
nobody.
I feel like we're comedians, we know,
Yeah,
but
that's it.
he's kind of for newer people getting into comedy. I don't think they know, but like comedians know. And at that time, this is like 4 years ago. I think it was a little bit.
Did you do what was the name again?
Aladdin Dice Clay.
Did you
That's why I had
do
the
a-
fez cap.
Did
yeah.
you do Aladdin Dice Clay?
So I did
humor.
But the thing is, I'm not.
Hey,
like,
give me the freaking carpet.
I'm not
No?
like
Okay.
an impressionist. So
No.
I just did my normal set. I just dressed like that. So it was kind of dumb, but it was fun. It was like a Halloween show, you know. This is before I knew like a lot of these like theme shows.
Oh, the gloves.
I look like Tito right here. This is-
You do look like it looks the gloves. I have those gloves in my car right now. I bought them at Walgreens and I cut off the.
Oh, you cut them off?
Because Jessica, my girlfriend, bought some leather ones, but they were too small. You remember you were in a relationship, right? I don't know if your woman listened, but I was like, she was at the Halloween store, and I was like, I think they're gonna be too small.
Yeah.
Try them on, and they're like, no, they'll fit. I was like, just try it on. No, they'll fit. And
Who doesn't try on gloves? That's like the easiest.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's the, you know, the Sean Connery clip, right? Women, I don't know if it don't listen or have the last word, and then
The Who?
pull up the Sean Connery.
Didn't he
women
also say
clip.
like you should hit women? I
That's
don't
the
know if
clip.
that's the guy
That's
you
the
should be
clip.
quoting on the podcast.
That's the clip.
Yeah, he says some wild shit for sure.
Yeah, I just saw him the other day on Last Crusade. I have a question. But anyways, we're at the store, and I'm like, just try it on. She's like, no, it's going to fit. And I was
His
like,
first one,
Yeah,
Sean Connery
slapping.
slapping a woman.
Womack.
What should I be searching for?
Slapping. He has interviewed her and, not Diane Sawyer, the other Diane Sawyer, but Barbara Walters. Which one? 102. Okay. No. He adds a stupid thing at the end. Let's go to, we'll go back.
You did an
I'll
interview
find
in
the
which you
story.
said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand.
Open hand.
I didn't ever know.
Yeah, remember
know how to
that?
do
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't.
Oh my God.
You think it's good to slap
Holy
a woman?
shit.
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad,
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances
Oh,
and if
okay.
it merits
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
See, this is
What
what's
would
crazy
merit
about
it?
this accent.
Well,
this is how
if
British
you
people
also
took over the
tried
whole world.
everything else.
Because he's
sounds
just
pretty
being
good.
like,
Women are pretty good at this.
yeah, you should, and
They
like
can't
you might
do it
listen to
alone.
this for a second,
They
and
don't
then you're like,
wanna
wait,
have
he
the
just
last
advocate
word.
violence,
You
like.
give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again, and
He
get
doubled
into a
down
really provocative
on daytime
situation.
TV.
Then I think it's absolutely right.
Absolutely. right. Okay, that didn't happen. That got
Someone
added.
added that.
So she was at the store and I tried the glove, and she was like, "It's gonna fit," and I'm like, "All right, whatever. Pick my bag. What it is, what it is." So then we're on the way to the Halloween party, and I'm Andrew Dice Clay, and then I the glove. It fit barely in here in my hand,
Sure.
and I was like, "She's like, no, try it on." And I was like, "Look, it's going like right
Can't
here."
even bend you. Yeah. you
Yeah.
can't
So
move.
then I went to Walgreens, cut the gloves, and it was like,
Then it was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I mean, it look. I think it looks cool. I would never like. I used to wear them when I lifted weights, and then I was like, oh, I wanted to build a callus, you know.
Yeah, I was against when I did weights, which I obviously haven't done in a while. It was the gloves. I didn't like the belt. You know, I like the free weights. It was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to strengthen this. I want to strengthen
Sure.
my
Yeah.
whatever.
It's where they go back and forth. They say like you should, and then they're like, don't do it. It's actually worse for you to use all that stuff. Like you should go natural, and then you shouldn't do the belt. But I don't know. It's all just do something. That's what it is about working.
How was Dry Bar? You did a comedy on Dry Bar. A comedy. You're just special on Dry Bar.
Special, yeah, special on Dry Bar. Dry Bar is like Netflix for clean comedy, and what that means is like no swearing, some specific content restrictions. Like you can talk about sex, but it's got to be innuendo. It's got to be very like tongue in cheek. No religion, no drinking.
Who started that, or do you know? How'd you hook up with them?
Yeah, so
Do
Dry
you have
Bar.
representation?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't.
So
but
your own manager.
I did it my own thing, but I know people have done it, like Warren B. Hall, Brian
Mm-hmm.
Hicks, like a lot of
Hicks did Dry Bar. Bozeman did Dry Bar.
Bozeman, and like blew up. Like Bozeman's Dry Bar has like millions of views. I think Hicks is up there too. Like it's pretty lucrative if you in the certain markets, and it like helps get exposure. But there's also a lot of clubs like that want you to work or say they want you to work clean. And it helps you get into certain clubs. But then after that, you get there, you're like, oh, I can kind of do whatever I want. And I'm not like, I don't do clean normally, but I can. So I do a lot of corporates and private stuff like that where you have to be cleaner. But then I also have jokes now, which I'm like, the tag is dirty, but the premise is like clean. So I can still do the first half of the joke like on dry bar. That's what I did. And it was basically like all the stuff I've been doing in corporates and privates, and I just did it. It's 30 minutes of clean material. And it's great because they put it out pretty soon. Like, I thought it was going to come out in like a year or so, but they
Where'd
put it
you
out.
record?
So that is based in Utah.
Okay.
Provo, which is all
So
Mormons.
are they Mormons?
Yeah.
Of course.
So that's why it's all clean and stuff. But
Started. You don't know who started it, do you?
I mean, the guy who owns it, this guy Keith, I don't know if he's the like founder. I'm guessing he is. I don't know the
Keith
history.
Jardine, UFC fighter. Okay.
But it's great. It was like, it helped. It's been helping. So
But their thing is they release your clips, but to get dry bar, you got to subscribe, right?
to get it, so now what they do is like they have an app, right? So they have like for several, whatever subscriber base they have, but if they'll put out your clips on YouTube, and then eventually they'll put the whole special on YouTube for free.
Oh, but it's right now.
But
if
right
I want to watch
now,
your special, I got to subscribe.
The full special, you got to see it on Drybar, but then they release like 3 5-minute clips, so you can watch like half it.
because it's like a half an hour special.
yeah,
right?
it's not long, so they drop like 5-minute clips too. They're not like short clips, so I was kind of happy because people want to see more than like a minute, for a special like that. So it's been
It's
cool.
not sex, right? You wanna-
No, they want they want it for more than a minute, But it's been great. I mean, they filmed it 2 shows, they edited it together. I did it in April of this year, and they put it out in August.
Okay.
So it's pretty quick turnaround for a special.
Yeah, I was seeing. I was like, who were like? I saw a subscription. I was like, who are these guys? I was curious about them.
It's
And I was
wild
wondering
because
why
like
so
you
cool.
go parts of the country and like some people have never heard of Dry Bar, and then some people are like, oh my god, it's all I watch. There's people who just die hard because some people like want to listen to like think about parents. If you're at home and you just listen to Pandora comedy and you have kids, suddenly you might have like a crazy bit come in there and your like kids are just running around. So people just want to listen to comedy, but they want it to be in the background or what. They put Dry Bar on because it's not going to be this crazy. So that's like that's an example of someone who's like heavy into it. But like you or I might not consume it because we're like, well, we have access to anything we want to watch.
Well, kind of. You know what's funny? Because I like incredibly dark humor, but I do enjoy when I'm in a crowd. Sometimes if the rest of the crowd I could tell is like they're
It
there
makes
for
you feel
clean,
weird. Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Like if, depending on the show and I'm there and they're like assing, and it's like really like.
Well, that's why I think that's
the crowd.
It's their tagline is comedy for everyone, so it's kind of genius. It's more mass appeal, but like I didn't have to really change a lot of my stuff. I thought I was gonna have to like really like submit jokes and be like, are these okay? I had to cut like one tag for a joke. I don't care. Like it was like very minor.
What do you get? A transcript or they just?
You just like send them a tape of like
Okay.
what you're planning on doing, and then they'll be like, okay. And then you do 2 shows, so they watch the first show pretty closely, and then they'll be like, okay, you probably shouldn't say that one on the.
Did you get notes after the first show?
So the first show, I asked them like, hey, was that one okay? And they're like, actually, everything was fine except this one thing. And I was like, oh, that was
What
the
was
thing.
it?
It's like a joke I had about weighted blankets, and I basically say like.
Because you're single, right? And
Well, yeah, I have this joke about it's meant for single people. Like it's definitely like it's supposed to be equivalent of a hug.
Yeah.
I'm like, just say it's for single people. Why are we beating around the bush? And then one of the tags is like this machine. I'm doing like a commercial for weighted blankets. I'm like machine washable because we know you're probably gonna try to fuck it at some point for like single people. But I don't say. I said like have intercourse with it. Well, I really cleaned it up, and they were like, don't say that.
No.
So I was fine. I was like, all right, take it out. Like whatever.
No,
So,
I get it. Like sometimes now I'm in the car and I have my niece or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta pick and choose. It's like, man,
well,
I
it's
really
also,
want to. Yeah,
It's weird because like comedy. I mean, sometimes you're watching a dirty movie or like a movie that they say fuck. It's a little different than watching like a stand-up set where they're like, like it's more. It can be more in a stand-up set than like a movie swearing because this movie swearing is like that's how people talk. A lot of people just talk like that. So, but comedy is like this is intentional. We've written this a certain way, so it can appear more. But I mean, I was pretty happy with like. I mean, if you watch it, it doesn't feel like a dilution of my voice. I guess I was worried about that. I was like, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna feel like I sold out or whatever. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, it's actually great. Like I actually do a lot of this material like on corporate still. Like it's fine. Like
you reached out to them.
So yeah, Warren B. Hall, who's another kind of Chicago-based, but he works at a lot of cruises and like clubs and stuff, and he had done one, and I worked with him at CG's Comedy Club in Bolingbrook, and his is like millions of views, and he's successful off that. So I was like, I think I could. He's like, yeah. He's like, you ever thought about doing one? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've seen my set. He's like, yeah, if you just like have a 10-minute clean tape, submit, and I'll refer you. He's like, I know you can write jokes, and like you're good, so do it. And so I did it. I submitted. I was too late. I tried to do it a couple years ago. I was too late for like this filming span. So I did again this year, and I got it. So it was all because that referral, but also the clip helped.
Who's that? There's a comedian in the Chicago comedy scene who's always talking shit about everybody. He's a cruise comic, black. Is it Mark Simmons? Do you know Mark Simmons? He's
the guy who's always getting in fights on Facebook.
I think Brian Babylon
is he
blocked
a
him
cruise?
at one point.
Is he a cruise comic?
Yeah,
I didn't know
cruise
that.
Yeah, I think he's Mark Simmons. He hasn't insulted you? I feel it's a
No.
little bit of a badge of honor now if Mark Simmons insults you.
I don't. I stay off the beef, dude. I mean, you see him. I don't post shit.
I've never seen
all
you
I
beef.
do is post promo. I don't interact with anyone. I use social media as a one way. It's all me posting. I don't consume. I try not to consume a lot. Just because I don't want to get influenced when I'm doing my stand-up. Like, I don't want to take in anything. But it's an incredible waste of time. I mean, it's fun. But it's also, like, during the pandemic, I got a little sucked in because I had nothing to do. But then I was like, people are still arguing in the Chicago comedy scene Facebook group. I'm like, there's nothing even happening. Why are people still arguing
They were
this?
arguing at the. It got to the point they were arguing about the wallpaper.
I was like, dude, fucking right. Like, I was doing Zoom shows. I was doing
you have that
corporates.
bit, right?
Yeah.
You never. Let's not use Bill Gates. Maybe I don't like him. Let's use Jeff Bezos, right? Is it Bezos? You don't say him. What is it? You don't see him posting something like those inspirational quotes.
Yeah. I have that. That's so like I was writing.
Rise and grind. Yeah, rise and grind. It's like
Yeah.
you're going to fucking work.
Yeah.
Remember that Chris Rock bit? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. He's like, I never went to jail. Like, you're not supposed to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I take care of my kids. You're supposed to
You're
take care of
supposed
your
to-
fucking kids.
You're getting compliments for things you should already be doing.
People kiss their own ass, my sister. She probably won't hear this, but I remember she was doing a sorry Evelyn. She's been on the podcast 2 episodes. She'll be back on at one point, maybe in the next.
Yeah,
few
to
months.
defend herself. She's gonna come on and be like, "What the fuck is this? I come on this show twice, and I get disparaged when I'm not here."
Bitch, you what'd she do? She posted. I want to find out if she got her GED. She posted a pre-GED. Before she got her GED, she wanted to celebrate a party at this place I used to do shows at. It's called Social now, but it used to be called Cayenne. It used to be called something else, and then cocaine. But anyways, the ownership cocaine goes up and down.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
my friend's the owner. Anyways, but currently, but she posted something. She was like, she sent a message. She's like, oh, I'm doing a GED party. But she didn't get her GED yet, and I don't know if she got it. And it's like she was going at the
funny
party.
party.
I feel like this is me. I don't sound like a grumpy old man, but it's like people just love patting themselves on the back, and it's I don't know. That's how I think.
I agree. I mean, it's very. I find it tough.
Disgusting.
I mean, I try to, especially in what we have to do.
It's okay to be proud sometimes.
Well, we have to promote endlessly, right? Like, I mean, so I find it's a hard balance to be like self-promoting, but also not making it like I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm killing. Like I try to make every post funny. So I try to. I think everything I post, there's got to be something funny. I do post like some genuine stuff here and there, but it's always like
son of a bitch.
joke, promo, like dates. Like it's a formula, and I just hit that. And I think now that I've been doing it long enough, people kind of understand that's my brand, and it's nice because I don't have to like explain shit. Like if I post something kind of like roasty, they're like, oh, that's his brand. Like he's been doing that for years, so it's kind of nice.
Boy Meets Girl. You remember that show?
Yeah.
I hated that show. I don't know if you liked it. I hated for that fucking reason because it was at the end it got kind of. I don't like feelings, and that's why I think I went into comedy because when things were like joke, I go to joke like that's joke
to make sense of it.
That's why I love Seinfeld. Seinfeld's there's never serious. There's not a serious moment in that whole. In every show, every season, any second. But at the end of Boy Meets World, it always got like there was a lesson and whatever, and it disgusted me as a person who doesn't like it. I've never been hugged.
Well,
so
I also think like some
repulsed me.
comedy is getting too much like that now, where it's like there's no jokes anymore. It's just like some big point, and it's like. Yes,
talk about Nanette. Has anybody seen Nanette? Did you see Nanette? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen. I heard a little bit of it on.
I always message James about
listening.
Nanette.
Yeah, listening on like Pandora or something. And I was like, oh, these are actually jokes. Like I think I want to go
So there
watch
were
the full
jokes
thing.
in the special.
Yeah, it was like she's a good writer. Okay. I think the people get pissed because just the timing of everything, and I think like Dave and doing all this, like it's all wrapped up. But I think you can have a point. Like I have a lot of jokes that have subtext and say. There's more hidden meaning to the jokes, but then I also have jokes that are just stupid and silly. Like I don't want the whole thing to feel like a TED Talk, you know? I want to make it feel like balanced. And so I kind of get annoyed if it's just one extreme or the other. Like if it's too much, you know, sometimes, I mean, honestly, if the sillier the better now. Like that's what makes me laugh is like people who are sillier and dumber because I think that's like pure joy.
That's fun too.
That's fun.
Yeah,
it's like
that.
people come to comedy shows, especially now, to like get away from shit.
I like
if you wanted to listen to like someone like go to like a school, listen to like a professor talk. If you're trying to listen to some sort of like theory on shit. You know?
I don't. I have my moments where I like to take my politics in, and then I have in my moods, and I'll listen to my
for
podcast
sure.
or
And
whatever.
it's different shows, different sets, whatever. Yeah.
Usually, comedy. I like silly, funny, or dead babies. Like I like super dark. or
You're
fun
so
family.
basically polar opposites.
Yes.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like sometimes it's like I want something nice and whatever. I do. Smart.
I had a new abortion joke, and I was like, man, it's still
That's now that I don't like politics, so that's I consider abortion a political issue.
that's why, and that's like
you got to kill the baby a different way.
See, that's the thing. I was
non-political
thinking
way.
of you, and I was like, man, he would have done this differently.
Like
You know?
if the baby was killed like off the top rope, Randy Savage style or something like that, it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's funny. But if it's like, hey,
It's political. You don't get weird.
yeah,
don't get crazy.
Or religion, you know what I mean? Like maybe if the baby was getting baptized and the priest held him down. Okay, what am I saying?
Now you're just doing your hot five right now.
So that was funny. The priest. Anyways, you're Hindu, right?
I am.
But you're into short chicks, Mexican short chicks.
Yeah, that's definitely been a type.
Did that start a certain way, or in high school?
I don't know
or?
when that started. I think I've always liked small, petite things.
Yeah.
Like this is the cutest thing I've fucking
Look
seen.
at this
Look
water.
at the set design right here. We're not gonna acknowledge this. This is adorable. Also, I appreciate your low resolution logo you have on the TV.
Oh, he put.
No, I imagine it's his fault. I don't think
No.
it's your fault. I'm blaming him. I'm calling
it's
him
my
out. Imagine if
girlfriend.
your shirt looked like that too. You'd be like, man, use this one. This is
This happened
480p by 480p.
My girlfriend posted her logo on her profile pic, and she actually posted the low res one, and I was like, hey, I think you. She was
Yeah.
like. She was a perfectionist, so she's like,
Yeah,
was disgusted. She changed it. She didn't realize.
I'm crazy. I'm
gonna throw up a gang sign really quick.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
I don't want to get caught up.
Throw underneath. you don't know which sign I threw up. I'm not in a gang.
I didn't think you were.
Or Indians in Naperville, gangy. Is that the word?
No,
are there like
community,
Indian
I would say.
wiggers?
Yes, that's not as many now.
Inders? I don't know what it's called.
That's no, just like they call.
But they're not violent, right?
They're not violent. It's just a lot of like they think they're black basically, but they're trying to fit in with the culture and stuff. But they're not like violent.
They're
you
like
know?
the white dudes that Chappelle pulled up to when he was Tyrone.
Yes.
Biggums. Yeah, those
100%.
dudes. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. But it's like I don't see many of them anymore. It's always fun to see because you can immediately tell. Like a lot of jewelry, a lot of like black is that the word, like black accent? They
Oh, I
try
thought you were
to-
talking about black Mexicans.
Yeah,
Sounded like
is
it
that a
little bit.
thing?
Blaxicans?
Black, yeah, black
I think I
scent,
just made that
black
up.
scent.
Oh,
Like they
black
talk-
scent,
Yeah,
yeah.
they try to talk like that, and I haven't seen one in a
Baby.
while. Yeah,
Bad babies.
there's some
Legally
comedians
fuckable.
who do it. There's some Indian comedians who do that sometimes, but we're not gonna name names.
Him? The guy from North Carolina or South Carolina? He does that a little bit.
No, who's that?
The community guy. Famous guy.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, a little bit, but
Do you like him?
I like
respect him.
I like it. Yeah, I like his body of work is crazy. I mean, anyone who people don't realize, like,
I'm at Stand Up Boys.
yeah. I feel like some of any special that's in I've never seen a special that's in like a stadium and liked it, but the earlier shit I really liked. And then also
What the fuck is his name?
Aziz.
Aziz is
sorry,
yeah.
But
Sorry.
also his latest one at the Cellar was really good. He'd like a 30-minute.
Oh, I
like,
didn't see that
Came
one.
out in like Jan.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
post Me Too or whatever?
It's
I don't
post
know why I
everything.
did
Yeah.
that. Okay, I want to see that one because that might be good.
Is this like your symbol for me too?
Sorry, that's Louie, right? Rest in peace. No, Louie's back. He's gonna be.
Louis touring. I actually, Dale McPeak.
Yeah,
So Louis
he's been on the podcast a few times. He's
Louis-
up and down emotional.
Louis
lately.
popped in to Zany's.
you were there tonight?
I was hosting in a Sunday show, Zany's Old Town, and I'm hosting. It's Pete Lee, who's a killer.
Okay.
So it's like Sunday. It's like, all right, we already did the main shows. Saturday, kind of like chill show. I show up like 5 minutes before showtime. I walk in the green room. It's all like I'm like expecting to be casual. Louis is there. Dale's there. What's the guy who owns North Bar? What's his name again?
I forgot his name, but he has a beard.
Yeah,
and
but he's
white.
great. He's there. It's like a whole entourage of people, and I'm like taken aback because I'm like hungover. I'm like, what's happening? I thought it was gonna be chill, and there's like 20 people in the green room, and basically the guy who owns North Bar was telling Dale to come to Zany's because he's like, you should do a guest spot for Pete Lee. And he's like, so Pete Lee can see you. He's like, we didn't know Louis was going to pop. Apparently Louis was on the street, and then the manager at Zany's saw him and was like, do you want to come watch the show? because he was like gonna fly out the next day or something. So he just decided,
Masturbating,
So he was doing whatever he was doing, and so Dale was not gonna go up. He's like, no, I don't want to go up. Louis here, I'm nervous. And this guy was like, you should go up. And so he ends up going up right before I can go out to go on the stage. Like, bring Dale up. So it's like a last minute thing. Dale goes up. Louis is all like during my set. Louis comes down for the last like 2 minutes of my set. So I see him come down,
It's a
and
refraction
then
period.
Dale goes up. I bring Dale up. Dale crushes. Dale's like the hottest set of his life. And then after that, Louis booked him to open for him for like 4 or 5 things. So it's kind of crazy. Like it was cool to be involved somewhat in that. And just like that's what's comedy is crazy. You never know who's gonna show up.
And then this fat, I don't know if she was fat. She might have been. But overweight liberal white chick started attacking Dale, and then Dale went off on her a little bit. I forgot her name. but she
Comedian
was-
or
yeah,
just-
yeah. She was a comedian, then she went off on Dale.
Well, this was when it was
for
all
opening for Louis. Yeah,
coming out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard
it
because
was fun to watch because I'm not involved in the drama. but
yeah, I don't.
I take it in.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I got asked to do that, then I'm like, I don't know if I could have done it because I was like,
I would. I'm Mexican, so I can get away with. We're
I don't
brown.
know.
We can
I
get
don't.
away
I
with
don't
more
know. Yeah,
stuff.
I think for us we might be a little different.
Well,
but
you're a little cleaner. My brand is more like.
yeah, you're like you could do it.
Yeah, I should be. I'd be in the. Yeah.
But then I've listened to like there's female headliners who I've worked with like Michelle Wolf who works with them still, Jessica Kirsten. I think both of those two. I could double check that, but I think both of them who I respect a lot and who are very funny. We're both like, yeah, we're still doing shows. So I'm like, it's tough. It's hard.
It's literally hard, erect. So his penis when he was masturbating. But Louie C.K. getting caught jerking off or whatever, all that was one of the best things that happened to me because for like that year, he had to do clubs. So like that night, like I got to see him at Zany's Rosemont. You know what I mean? Versus you got to go to Chicago Theater. So and I tried to.
He went down and then back up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's like catching. It's like a hot chick when she has a few kids. Like, oh my god, this is your opportunity or something like that, or a rebound, right? She just gets dumped. It's like it worked out for me for not the scumbag. Maybe it's your opinion, but it's like it worked out perfectly for me.
Yeah, that I think post pandemic there has been a little bit of everyone on the rebound to some degree. People are lower. There was a lowering of standards. Now they're coming back up. I think across the board. But there was a couple years of people were just like doing whatever. Like it was wild.
Dude, pandemic was fun. For me. I don't know how was your pandemic?
I mean, it was miserable. I was going through a breakup. It was bad.
Oh, and then
but
you couldn't do comedy, which is
well,
like
I was
I
was still doing comedy here and there.
Real comedy, right?
Yeah, I was doing like comedy in Indiana. And
okay.
Zoom and
all right.
mix the shit.
Not Zoom.
Yeah, wow.
You were getting paid for Zoom.
I was
though, right?
I was doing corporates. Yeah, so I was like, it was good. It was still lucrative. I was still writing. It kept me doing that, but it was way less than I'm doing now. Obviously, I mean, but it was. So you just had more time to sit with your feelings, which you hate feelings. I'm not a fan either. No. So it was bad. I throw myself. People are like, oh, why do you do so many shows or why do you work so much? I'm like, because otherwise I'd be alone with my thoughts. You think I want this? This is the fuel.
I can think I'm okay with my thoughts, but when other people are involved and their feelings, or like, can you? I have a lot of respect for you.
Thank you.
Like you can take that compliment. I do, but you can take that compliment, right? If I get complimented, I freak out. I get weird. Like I don't try not to show it, but
yeah.
You know, when people say the L word.
Sure. I get that.
Have you told your mom the L word?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to my mom every day. Okay. If I don't call her, she'll get pissed.
So you guys, she says I L you and you L.
I mean that
love. Ugh.
Yeah, not every day because it's more of like if I'm going to like I'm on a flight.
I think I've said it once to my mom, and I don't remember her ever saying it to me.
She didn't say it back.
No, we don't say it, but we're nice with each other. Cool. Like we don't hug each other. And it's funny. We were I steps on soccer game. My mom
I'm sure you have material about this.
No, because I never realized it wasn't normal.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
But fuck it, Jim Flanagan. One of the bits I have is I used to sleep with a Tech 9 under my pillow because my dad gave it to me when I was 12, and I never even thought about doing a joke about it.
Yeah, it seems super healthy, dude.
Yeah. But I was at Zany's Rosemont. I was telling Jim Flanagan about it, and he was just looking at me in horror. He was like, "You have a bit about this?" And I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Are you insane?" Like I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess it's not." I never even thought
Tooth
about
Fairy,
it.
you leave shells under your pillow.
Yeah, literally. He was telling me, he's like, "Here's the Tech 9, blah, blah." Yeah, it's loaded. And I was like, okay. And it was normal to me. So I never even thought about
That's
until
crazy.
I saw, and that's one of the lines. It's like, when I saw the look on their face, I was like, oh, maybe it's not normal. And I wasn't until Jim pointed it out to me. I was like,
You should do
"Oh."
like the tag should be you go, show and tell. You bring like an AK-47. you're just like, my dad gave it to me. What's wrong?
Shout out to Midwest Savage. All right, I forgot his fucking name, but he did comedy in Rockford now. He has a shooting channel. Have you shot a gun before?
Yes, in Vegas. Actually,
Did you shoot machine? You could shoot
I
machine
shot
guns
everything.
in Vegas.
Yeah, it was
you
fun.
Shot a machine
It was
gun?
a good time. I actually I was really had a phase where I was like, I didn't ever shoot a gun as a kid, but I had a phase of like BB gun, airsoft gun, paintball gun. I had one. I was like really into the guns. Yeah, I was just really into
Airball,
it.
not airball. It was before my time.
It was fun.
Airsoft
We
or
used to
whatever.
shoot we used to have airsoft wars with each other. And those hurt. Like we got pretty into it. And then the paintball, that was fun. That got a little more serious. But I mean, I grew out of it, luckily. But it was just a weird phase I had. I was like thinking back on it. I'm like, weird. I had a
war phase. When I was younger, I really wanted to go to war as a
Yes.
kid.
I had a thing where I was like, I'm going to join the Marines
Hoorah.
right after high school. I was still just getting into shape. I think I was like, man, I can do anything. I ran 5 miles. I was like, man, it's time for the Marines, you know?
My friend was gonna join the Marines. He was signed up and everything. He went to see Transformers, and then he saw like the people fighting Transformers. He's like, you know what? I ain't doing all this.
Wait,
and he
this
joined
is-
the Air Force.
By the way, that's the bit where Transformers changed somebody's life.
That's the only person. That's the only person whose life has ever changed.
Transformers did the title. It transformed his life. That's crazy. Yeah, that's funny.
So, but there's a movie with who's that short Scientologist? Tom Cruise, right? Not Danny Miss Masterson. What is he? What a rapist. But anyways, is that the guy from that
don't even
70s
know.
shows with the? He's the rapist, right?
Is he?
Danny
I can't.
McMasterson?
They need to have a running Excel doc of people
Can you-
because I can't keep track.
Can you Google
There is, by the way, in the comedy.
that 70s shows rape?
No,
I just want to
don't-
see which one it is.
please don't Google
I
that.
don't, what if it's not Danny and if it's somebody else? I don't want to accuse. There he is. He's an HDMI board. That son of a bitch. That looks beautiful. All right. Oh, all right. I can't look. It makes me
Yeah.
want to do drugs. You never done drugs before.
I did mushrooms for the first time in
Like
in
real
March.
drugs.
Yeah. Well, what's
Cocaine.
Oh, no,
That type
no,
of drugs.
no.
That I don't consider weed, mushrooms, a drug.
You want not from
maybe
the earth.
acid in a second.
Yeah, you
like-
want some shit that's synthetic.
Yeah, I
it's like-
don't. I don't want. I used to. Fucking fentanyl, dude. Fentanyl not ruined my life, but
No, I was too. I never.
there he
alcohol
is.
is
You see?
my vice.
70 show star Damon Master in rape case declared mistrial after hung jury. Is that a
Oh.
fucking? That's a real headline? It looks like a
That's
onion.
A TMZ. Yeah, TMZ don't.
I did not know.
So
that-
what happens when it's a mistrial? Does he just get off? That can't be right.
It gets off.
I mean,
That's
no
the-
pun intended. Yeah.
That's
Damn,
what
that's
Nachi
crazy.
said.
Yeah.
Don't be a Scientologist because
Yeah.
you'll get away with rape. But anyways, Tom Cruise was in that the 4th of July movie,
Mm-hmm.
and he came out a cripple.
Yes.
And then there was a scene where they had real guns. Did you have any fake guns as a kid? Or by your point, everything was orange?
Yeah, there was a couple because
Did you
it was
ever paint them?
Well, not in paint. Like they would sell them without the orange tip
Oh, you still, okay.
initially. Yeah, when we were growing
Yeah.
up, and then everything became orange tip after I think like they started. It was weird because I feel like the school shootings have been happening our whole life. It's gotten. I think maybe we just hear about it more, but it has to have been happening. Because you look at the data, they show the charts, and it's like
But it was a different type of
It was
school shooting.
different. It
It
was
was
like,
more
yeah.
like,
column like that. Well, that's still. I
it
don't
was
know.
more like, fuck you, I'm going to shoot you. It was a mixture of gang-related and anger. Like, it was real.
gang related more so than
Real
just
school-
depression and
Versus
suicide.
like,
type.
list.
You're right.
There was no list involved. It was
Yeah.
like, I get him.
But it
Versus-
wasn't as publicized, so they sold them. I mean, I think I had some. I'm sure.
I had remember there was Duck Hunt. I had the gray one, and I pulled
Yes.
it out on somebody. Where my mom was driving, and I saw this kid walking out on the street, and then I was like,
The Nintendo one.
yeah, and because I cut off the cord, I used it as a play gun. Because I had two, so I kept the orange one, but I cut off the gray one.
And the
then
gray one, yeah.
The gray one was my like fake toy gun, and then I remember I pulled it on, and this kid, the kid jumped to the ground, and my mom, when I got home, she beat my ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Indian parents hit, or did you get?
They do. It was not more. They didn't really hit. My
You
mom
didn't seem
was,
like a bad kid, right?
Yeah, I was pretty good. I mean, I had some. Every kid goes through some shit, but my mom would. My brother was worse, so he got
Wait,
he's
how
older.
many? How many?
He's
of you?
older. Just
siblings?
just one older brother. So I got lucky.
He's a doctor, right?
He's a doctor. Yeah.
Is he still single?
No, he's lives with a girl now. They just moved in together. So
Okay,
he's been with her for like a year and a half or so.
Is he gonna have kids? Because I'm sure you're.
He
'cause
probably
your parents
will.
don't have any grandkids, right?
No.
So
but
now
they're not
he's-
looking at me. They're like
They're
dude,
done. They gave up on you?
They gave up on me a little bit. They're just like they know that at this point I've been doing comedy long enough. They kind of understand like this is the focus, and this lifestyle is not really conducive to kids. Like eventually, yes, I probably want to have some, but not for. It's so much travel. Like I don't want to be home. I want to be home. You know.
You got FaceTime now.
I know, but at that point, why have him?
Yeah.
I'll just bring my wife with me when I tour. You know, that'd be more fun. I don't want to have to worry about kids in addition to that. But yeah, I don't. I mean, they would wash my mouth out with soap. My mom would do that. She would lock me in the basement, time out. I was like terrified of that. That traumatized me, I'm sure, a little bit.
She locked you in the basement.
Yeah, the wash with soap was bad.
I've never got washed with soap.
Which was so funny because when I think about it, I'm like,
I
it's
thought
actually
it was a white thing. I didn't think it was real.
Yeah,
heard about
I mean,
it.
it's so funny when you think about it because it's so stupid because it's very metaphorical, but it's not that bad. Like when you think about it in hindsight, I'm like, why was I would freak out when it was happening because it was like a forced. I thought I was being waterboarded. Like I would really.
Did she just put the soap in? Or
yeah,
she would
and then
scrub?
she would like put the soap in and kind of like put her fingers in there. I'm like, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, she could
for
just-
you, like. It's not great for me either, but it was really funny just thinking about that the other day. I was like, why did she actually do this?
Yeah, like you brush your teeth every day.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
exactly.
big fucking deal.
It's not that crazy. I don't know why. I should have recognized that then and been like, yeah, do your worst, dude.
How do you feel about a poo?
Give me a shower next. What are you going to do next?
Yeah, I was gonna say you look like you shower.
Daily?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
daily,
Yeah, yeah.
daily. Yeah, you look showery, clean cut, well
Yeah.
dressed. Wait, okay, it's comedy. When did you start? I think we started. Remember,
7
I
years.
saw you at a mic years ago. It was in
Yeah.
Pilsen. I think Noah was running it. And I think
Yeah.
we were just starting. Around
We were
that
just
time.
started. We started around
You
the
had
same
a jacket.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started 7 years ago in Chicago. First mic I did was Shoe Buzz.
Shoe Buzz. Who was hosting? Was it Buds or was it the tall
Buds.
guy? Okay,
It was
Bobby Buds.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I remember before I went up, I was like,
That was my first mic I almost went to, but I backed out. Went to a strip club.
much
then I
better
did-
decision than me. I was so bad. I bombed so bad. But he was.
No, I'd bomb next week at Three
Yeah.
Dead Moose. So
Oh,
bad.
okay.
I heard it.
But Buds was so nice. He was like, this guy's first time. Like he's such a pro, and he's been doing it for so long. He kind of knew how to. But it was awful. I bombed her. I haven't done the mic there since.
Did you record it?
Doing
Did you
comedy for
listen to
7
it?
years. I have 3
Oh, yeah.
specials. I haven't done the mic there since. I've been so traumatized.
No, my first.
I've done a show there, so that's fair.
No, that makes up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first was at Shoe Buzz, and then not Shoe Buzz. Three Dead Moose. David Drake was hosting. I think not
Wow.
Rachel. Fucking Reno Calm was there
Yeah,
possibly,
yeah.
and then I remember, like, so I recently went to a show, and maybe I recently went to a show, and then I was like, you know what? I told my girlfriend we'll go to the show, but I'm not really gonna invite people. And I'll promote it, but I'm not gonna invite. And she was like, "How come?" And I was like, I saw like the lineup. I was like, "Nice people, but I don't know how good they are." It was one of those,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, and then after she was like, "Okay," because she's been a bunch of. She's like, "Okay, I get what you mean." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that's what I do. Is now every week on like Monday or Tuesday I make a post of the shows for the whole week. That way I can do the due diligence. So like I promoted the show, for the week.
Yeah.
And then now I'm really only advertising mainly headlining dates too. So I'm so much touring on the road. So I'm not really. I'll do the local shows. Like I'll give them that. I'll put them for the week. But it's all about the headlining dates now.
Yeah, like honestly, you do one or two and something before the show, unless you're getting a cut of the door. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
you do
That's,
what you need to do. If you don't
Sure.
promote it at all, it's like all right,
Yeah.
you're a douche.
and I've been running shows for years. So like I never had we never expect the shows that are like, it's a bringer show then. Like it's not the producer, it's on them to bring the audience. It shouldn't be on the comic.
Yeah, unless I have a door deal, go fuck off.
Yeah.
But I think you were hosting one of the last shows. It was you, maybe Megan in Dirty.
Meg,
It
yeah.
was at Zany's. Did you host for Vecchio? Was that you?
Yeah, I think I featured or hosted for him.
Yeah, it was one of the last shows right before,
the
everything
pandemic.
shut down.
Yes, I did
I was
the-
in the back of the room.
Zany's Old Town. I worked the last weekend before everything closed.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was it. I was there. So I saw
Great
Vecchio.
weekend.
It was great. It was awesome, but it was like I think he touched on, you touched on, like people were coughing. It was kind of weird. It was like a little
It's like
tense, and we didn't know
things
what
were
was going
closing on the other coast, and people were like, here in Chicago, we're all doing St. Patrick's Day.
on.
We're
Yeah,
getting
like
drunk.
we gotta get it over with. But no, I remember. Yeah, it was you, and then. The reason I saw Mike because he featured for Louie when I saw him at Zany's Rosemont.
Yeah.
So I knew who he was, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna be at Zany's. And I messaged Brian Morton. He's like, hey, they're out of tickets. I was like, just come come to the back of the room, or whatever. I'll let you in. I was like, okay, and then that was my second to last show I saw. Because that weekend I saw Jim Flanagan record his special.
Yeah, it was a
at
great
Zany's
comedy
Rosebud.
weekend.
It was
I mean,
great. It was awesome. And
That's
then-
what was so sad about it. I mean, my first show of 2020 was I headlined the Laugh Factory. I did a 30-minute set, the Laugh Factory. First show. Then I did Sketchfest in San Francisco. Then I featured at Mark Ridley's Comedy killer shit. So I was like, oh, 2020 is my year, taking off. And then like I lost all dates from March onward, like in like one span of a day. So
We're winding down. I'm not gonna ask you any of these things. I'm gonna mention things that are on here.
yeah, I wanna see.
Apu was on here. Russell Peters, Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
The second Indiana Jones.
Do I have to like respond to these?
No, you have to respond because we're too long time. You ever fucking midget? Blah blah blah. Love is Blind. Culture appropriation.
That's a bit. Yeah.
Oh, the Skokie Date. That's a different podcast,
Yeah.
maybe.
Damn, you really you guys dug deep on this.
I did. Oh,
That's why you're saying your brother's a doctor. I'm like, did I talk about this on the podcast?
The Skokie Date is funny, but we
Yeah.
don't have time for that. But
No, that was
does
bad.
she ever? You delete her from Facebook and everything.
Yeah,
right?
well, her family blocked me. It was not just her. It was the whole family really went after me.
And no, do you have any plugs or anything you want to promote?
Dry Bar, check it out. The YouTube clips are out there. Just Vic Pandya, Dry Bar Comedy. You can check it out on YouTube, or if you have the app, you can subscribe. I also have an album, Friends with 401k Benefits, that debuted #1 on iTunes, top 10 on Billboard a couple years ago.
Ooh.
That's free everywhere now. And then I have a solo album called Exes and Uber Drivers. That was my little 30-minute fun album that I put out during the pandemic for free. So that's on Spotify now. And then I drop like new clips pretty much every week on Instagram, TikTok. That's just, you guys saw the TikTok at Vic Pandya.
That girl that you were had a thing with, who was a musician, is she good? Did she become famous? Did she make it or no?
She's doing fine. She's back here now, which is interesting. You said that. But yeah, I don't know.
DM her. Why not, right?
No.
Oh, she sent you the invite on Facebook and never messaged you to her album release party, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fuck
I
it.
can't.
Yeah, let it go.
I gotta let it go.
All right.
Gotta let it go.
Lobo Den Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, $3 a month.
God, you really brought up like 6 things of trauma right before the fucking thing ended. I was like, all right, I guess I'll think about this as I go home.
What the fuck you support the Patreon, $3 a month. And then by the time you hear this, the roast battle will be over with Tito and with Gabe. Maybe I beat Gabe. Tito beat me, but
Wait, I'll send you. I'll write some jokes for you if you let me.
yeah.
So you're versing Gabe and Tito.
Well, Gabe's tomorrow, so that's maybe kind of sad. But
Okay.
Tito's the 15th.
Okay, remind me tomorrow. I'll send you some Tito jokes.
But what happened with Tito was he beat me in the roast battle, but the next day he overdosed on fentanyl. Rest in peace, Tito.
Oh, really?
No, this is in the future. I'm just making it up.
I was like, oh, he died. I didn't hear about that.
Not
That's
yet.
crazy.
This is because by the time this comes out, this
Love
already
you,
had
Tito.
happened.
Just kidding, Tito. We love
Rest
you.
in peace, Tito. It was. I'll bring you back.
He's
from the
actually
dead.
my Uber outside, so it's nice to get him.
All right. Again, thank you, Justin, and then Justin's roommate, YOLO Forever. Oh, I like the sticker. I think that's it, right? Okay, Lobo Den.